There are sacred truths about being chosen that few dare to speak aloud, not because they're secrets, but because they hurt too deeply to say. The path of the chosen doesn't begin in glory. It begins in silence. It begins with tears that no one understands, with loss that feels unfair, and with an ache that words can't soothe. You weren't abandoned. You were being awakened. While others celebrated beginnings, heaven buried you in endings. But what looked like death was never destruction. It was divine construction. The old you had to fall apart so the eternal you could rise. Heaven never places a crown before first allowing the breaking. The breaking is not rejection, it's initiation. The chosen are never shaped in comfort. They are refined in confusion, in solitude, in the kind of fire that doesn't burn flesh but burns away everything false. Every sleepless night was not wasted. Every tear was not forgotten. Heaven was carving hidden symbols on your soul, messages only light could later reveal. What felt like losing everything was actually the shedding of everything that couldn't survive the next version of you. The journey of the chosen begins where comfort ends. It doesn't feel holy at first. It feels heavy. It feels lonely. But every shaking, every ending, every unfamiliar turn is pulling you toward remembrance. Remembrance of who you've always been, the warrior, the messenger, the vessel of light. You didn't choose this path. It chose you before you were born. Somewhere in eternity, your soul said yes. Yes to endurance, yes to transformation, yes to carrying divine light into places that forgot how to shine. And so the pain began. Not as punishment, but as preparation. Every chosen one must face 5 invisible trials, moments that test the spirit, shape the destiny, and awaken the purpose. If you're here, you've already begun the journey. Stay with me, because by the 3rd trial, you'll understand why your tears were sacred offerings, not signs of weakness. You'll see why heaven hid you, not to punish, but to prepare. Trial 1, the collapse of illusions. It always begins with a collapse. Not a stumble, but a complete unraveling. Everything you trusted begins to fall apart. Relationships fade, dreams dissolve. Stability turns to dust. You stand surrounded by fragments of your old life, asking the same question every chosen soul asks. What did I do wrong? But you did nothing wrong. This is the first test, the dismantling. Heaven breaks before it builds. What looks like chaos is divine architecture being rewritten. You're not being punished. You're being purified. The universe is removing everything too small for who you're becoming. The fire that feels destructive is intelligent. It knows what to burn and what to preserve. It consumes illusions, false identities, expired attachments. Also, truth can breathe again. You may try to rebuild what was lost, but heaven won't let you. The old structures can't hold your new light. The job, the friendships, the comfort zones, they were golden cages. The shaking isn't meant to destroy your life. It's meant to reveal your wings. The collapse is sacred surgery. Heaven is cutting away what cannot follow you. Stay in the fire. It's freeing you from yourself. Trial 2. The sacred loneliness after the fire comes silence. A holy kind of emptiness. You'll look around and feel disconnected from everyone, even those still beside you. Conversations lose meaning. Familiar places feel foreign. Heaven has hidden you, not to isolate but to elevate. In the stillness, the noise of the world fades so you can hear the whisper of God. You begin to see that your solitude isn't punishment. It's purification. You are being tuned to a higher frequency, and not everyone can breathe at that altitude. It hurts, but this is the season where your roots grow deep in unseen soil. You start realizing your worth no longer depends on validation. You stop chasing mirrors and start becoming one. You find peace in your own presence. What once felt like loneliness begins to feel like holy companionship, because heaven has always been near. You learn that loneliness is not emptiness. It's empowerment. It's the birthplace of divine wisdom. And once your spirit adjusts to the silence, something begins to awaken. A light within you that the world didn't give and cannot take away. Trial 3. The temptation to return. This is the most deceptive test. After the silence, the old world calls you back. It whispers through familiar voices, comfortable habits, and old emotions. The X reappears. The job calls. The same patterns resurface, wrapped in softer promises. It feels safe, but it's not peace. It's a trap disguised as comfort. Heaven allows this to see if your growth was real or only temporary. Will you choose what's calling or what's familiar? Will you return to what broke you because it's easier than standing in the unknown? The enemy of destiny isn't always darkness. Sometimes it's nostalgia. You'll cry, not from weakness, but from the pain of letting go of what once felt like home. But chosen ones must choose evolution over familiarity. You can't carry yesterday into tomorrow. Every no you whisper to your past becomes a yes heaven records for your future. Every tear here waters the soil of your next miracle. Don't turn back. Even Lot's wife turned to salt for looking behind her. The past can't follow you where you're going, and neither can the version of you that once lived there. Trial 4. The invisible years. This is the quietest trial, the one that breaks the impatient. Nothing moves. Doors stay closed. Prayers echo unanswered. You wonder if heaven went silent. But silence doesn't mean absence. It means incubation. These are your cocoon years, hidden, wholly unseen. The seed doesn't look alive while it's buried, but beneath the soil, it's transforming. Heaven hides you because greatness must mature in the dark. What looks like delay is divine timing. What feels like stagnation is synchronization. Behind the scenes, heaven is aligning people, places, and purpose to meet your next chapter. You are being rewired. You are being equipped. And when doubt whispers, maybe it'll never happen, remember, fear always screams the loudest right before breakthrough. Keep showing up. Keep praying. Keep building quietly. Your name is being mentioned in rooms you haven't entered yet. Heaven is constructing in silence what will one day shout your purpose to the world. Wait well, chosen one, because every delay is protection, and every quiet night is sacred preparation. Trial 5. The weight of power, and then it happens. The light returns. Doors open. People listen. The same voice that was once ignored now carries weight. Your presence shifts atmospheres. Power begins to flow through you. But here lies the final test. This trial is not about pain. It's about purity. Heaven watches how you hold influence. Will you shine to be seen or shine to serve? The chosen are not exalted to glorify themselves, but to reveal divine light through compassion. The higher you rise, the quieter you must become. Power in divine hands heals. Power in human hands corrupts. Many fall here not from failure but from forgetting the silence that shaped them, the fire that formed them, the tears that taught them humility. The ego whispers, "You deserve this," but the awakened soul answers, "I was chosen to serve." That is how you protect your light. The crown you wear is invisible, not because it's hidden, but because it was never yours to keep. The moment you remember this, you pass the final test. You understand that being chosen was never about fame. It was about carrying heaven in human form. And now, look at you. You've walked through the fire, the silence, the tears, and the waiting. You didn't just survive, you transformed. Every scar became scripture. Every heartbreak became prophecy. Every delay became design. You were never being punished, you were being prepared. The collapse was initiation. The silence was your classroom. The loneliness was your purification. And the waiting was the womb of your rebirth. The fire didn't consume you, it revealed you. You are no longer waiting for a miracle. You became one. You don't just believe you're chosen, you embody it. You walk differently now because heaven walks with you. The atmosphere recognizes you because light obeys its own. You are not a survivor of trials. You are the evidence that grace still wins. The world doesn't need more noise. It needs your presence. You are not chasing recognition anymore. You are the revelation itself. So lift your head, chosen one. Straighten your spine. Feel the divine current moving through your veins. You are proof that nothing was wasted. Proof that heaven still writes through human hearts. Comment below, "I passed through the fire and I'm still standing." Because you are, and your rebirth begins now.